Hello, my babies, and welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is a lot of content to catch up on. And if you're returning, well, my loves, you guys already know, I absolutely love hanging out with you here. So I hope you also enjoy your time while you're here. So thank you for coming back. And so let's get to today's reading. Today we do have, I'm going to say the intention of a spicy reading because, you know, we just never know what we're going to get. But we are going to be looking into whoever is on your mind and their fantasies when it comes to you. As always, these are collective readings, so please use your own discernment and only take what resonates. But we are going to be diving into each group and asking what is the energy between you and whoever you're here for, just to help you connect to whatever group you choose. And then we'll be asking the main question, which is, what does this person fantasize when it comes to you? All right, let's dive in. 3 groups to choose from. As always, we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we have a spicy little reading lined up. We are going to be looking into the person on your mind and what are their fantasies when it comes to you. As always, oh my loves, it is a collective reading, so please use your own discernment. Only take what resonates. And of course, even though I am setting the intention for it to be spicy, we just never know what's going to come through. So for all we know, this person's fantasies could be very wholesome. So with that being said, let's dive in. And let's see what we can learn today. Our first question is going to be, what's the energy between you and this person, just to help you, connect to this group. And then we'll be asking the main question. All right. We'll be asking the fun stuff. All right, my babies, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you guys are doing well, and let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 1. All right, messages for my group 1s, please. Messages for my group number 1s. All right, think of your person, my loves, the person that you're coming to this reading for. All right, the person on my group 1's mind, please. What's the energy between them and my group 1s? How will my group number 1s know that this is going to be their reading today? What's the energy here between them? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 1s, please. We have 4 of Pentacles in reverse. What's the energy here between my group 1s and this person they're coming to this reading for? 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Cups in reverse. This could have been someone that you maybe knew very briefly, or you worked with them very briefly, or lived in the same neighborhood briefly. It does feel like there is this energy here of maybe, I can't tell if separation or maybe the place that you know them from, it's like we don't go there anymore. Yeah, that 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it automatically tells us like short term. Yeah, this could have been someone that you did work with, or you, like we said, one of the things that we mentioned. Maybe you guys ended up following each other online. Maybe this could also be like you met them like online dating, or I'm not getting too heavy on the online vibes, but again, you know, sometimes that 10 of Pentacles, I link it to like social media. But that Emperor tells us it's either through this person's job or their role, or their, they're like established somewhere. We have the Strength reverse. What's the energy here between them? 7 of Cups. So lots of fantasy, or lots of like, it almost gives me the energy of, are they looking at me? Were they waving at me? Were they, yeah, it's almost like I don't know if it's mixed signals, or you're kind of getting carried away by the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. What's the energy here? Tell me why the 5 of Cups in reverse. Why the Emperor? This is someone that does offer you a lot of fantasy, is what it feels like. This could be someone that, it's interesting for some of you guys, it's like maybe they look older but they're actually younger, or they could be like older but they dress or act younger. There is, I'm going to say, there is a lot of attraction to this person's like seriousness, or their position, or their role, or it's like if they have a uniform that they need to wear, it's like something here that I think it really like draws you to them. And this is giving like, this gives me a fantasy or something to look forward to. Maybe you see them around, around the neighborhood, around your job or campus. Because there is something here about timing, and maybe you briefly see them, or again, maybe this is someone that you briefly dated or you used to work with. Why the World's reverse, Temperance, and why the Strength? Four of Cups, Nine of Swords. So yeah, it is giving like a little nervous or shy, or maybe feeling like, does this person see me? Or maybe they're also like a little intimidating as well. Like their stare could be a little intense. So maybe you look down or look away and you're like, never mind, I don't see you. And you're like, you're trying to avoid them. Because I do think that they either like make you nervous, or maybe you can't get them out of your head. Tell me why the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Seven of Cups. Why the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Seven of Cups? Three of Wands. Three of Pentacles in reverse. King of Wands. You look for this person in the distance, or you keep an eye out for them, or it's almost like maybe you see people that kind of remind you of them or look like them, but it's not them. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of signs about them. Maybe this person has a lot of traits that you like physically or artistically, or a lot of confidence. And there's something here about their lifestyle or who they are or how they look, or that kind of takes you, it's like, it almost feels like daydream, because I don't know anyone else like this. Or, you know, this Three of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like we don't work together anymore, or no one in my circle is like this. So maybe that's why you kind of look in their direction. This could have been someone that was let go, or you were let go, if it was like job, with this Three of Pentacles in reverse and that Four of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe we did move away. Someone did. Tell me why Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. Lots of Leo energy. Aries as well. Why the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Wheel? Devil reverse. King of Cups reversed. Yeah, that maybe you feel like this would have been just like a short-term romance, or no one, it wasn't like a situation that, you know, would have been long-term or anything like that, but you're very drawn to them. This person could have liked to drink as well, or back when you knew them or met them, they could have. Maybe they stopped since then. Why the Five of Cups in reverse with the Sun card in reverse? Five of Pentacles. You haven't seen them in a long time, but you feel, or you hope they're doing well. Someone here could have gotten like sick, or heard that the other wasn't feeling good, and maybe like reached out or has been thinking of them. Why the Emperor with the Page of Wands in reverse? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Wands. This feels like this has been going on for a while. Maybe you've been feeling like this for this person for a while, or yeah, I don't know, the flirtation or being drawn to them, kind of observing. Feels, not calling you a watcher, but you know, if you look back or think about them or something like that, like it feels like I wouldn't be surprised if you like try to check in and see what they're up to or what they've been doing. Obviously, from everything that I'm saying, I'm not picking up heavily that this is someone that is currently in your life. And if they are, maybe it's just been a little while since you guys have talked, and maybe you're looking forward to talking to them again. If this is someone that you still work with, maybe you don't like see them as often anymore, or maybe our departments changed or our schedules changed. It could have been that, where it's like now it's like, oh, are they going to be here today, or what time do they come in? Again, it's almost like a checking in that kind of way. Being very aware. All right, tell me why the World reverse and the Temperance. High Priestess. Yeah, you guys aren't talking, or you don't talk. Queen of Swords in reverse. But even if you did see them, or it's like, what would you say? I'm not saying that. The energy's saying that with this Queen of Swords reverse. Eight of Swords. Maybe you feel a little stuck on them, or they're in your mind, but there could also be this energy here of feeling rejected, or yeah, maybe you're rejecting them. Two of Cups. There's the Bond. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Fool, but maybe you feel a little bit like a fool, or you don't feel desirable in the situation, because maybe this person, I don't know, maybe something about them. Maybe it's not that you don't feel desirable. Maybe it's that, yeah, maybe there was like an issue with boundaries. Maybe you had to let this person go or cut them off with that Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not picking up too heavily on that, but I am going to mention it. All right, so yeah, it feels like silence between you guys, not speaking. And maybe when you do, if you do speak to them, maybe you get a little nervous, or the way your delivery might be a little harsh with that Queen of Swords in reverse. All right, thank you, Spirit. There is something here about communication, though, and it's not really happening. All right, messages for my group number ones, please. This person, what do they fantasize about? What are their fantasies when it comes to my group number ones? What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group ones? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, please. What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group ones? We have the Hierophant in reverse. What are their fantasies? Sun reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. What are their fantasies? Interesting. Okay, so there's a couple of things. One of their fantasies is, I do think that this person wants to go down on you. There is something here about possibly like tasting the rainbow, so I'll let you guys figure out what kind of rainbow that is. They also fantasize about having like time with you where you guys are literally just like hanging out. Like, we don't have plans. Maybe you even kind of, they get to see like your life or your lifestyle. There's this energy here of you being very affectionate towards them. So that is something that they do fantasize about. And this is something that they haven't like wanted, or like maybe craved, or there's something unconventional about you that if you treated them this way, it would just like melt them. So if you are someone who is normally a little cold or distant, or you're not talking to them, it's like part of their fantasy is like you kind of almost like embracing them and loving up on them. Very sweet, right? There is this healing energy that's coming through. Now, the other thing that they fantasize about is your body, especially if you are, I mean, regardless of what you look like, but this is giving like if you have a softer body, or if you're voluptuous, like they just kind of want to, you know, they want to get comfortable on it. Especially I think of this Page of Cups with this Empress card, almost says like this, you know, cradling a baby, kind of. Not to call this person a baby, but you guys know what I mean. They want to be held. All right. Why the Hierophant in reverse? Ace of Pentacles reverse. So they might even feel like when they had the chance, they didn't take it. Yeah, here's the thing. It's especially if they missed a chance, or if there's something to reminisce on in the past. It's like this person is like, let's start new, or let's just have fun, or let's just kind of dive in. There is this energy here of a lot of play, or being playful. So again, it's like this person wants to try something new with you. I do feel it's like they want to get you to giggle, or they want to get you to be very relaxed. And it's interesting because it does, for some reason, every time I'm hitting like this part of the reading, it comes back to like taste. So that could be that they just like how you taste, you know, whatever it is that they're getting to taste. Now, especially for those of you that have already like had something going with this person, it's like they want to do it again, or they want to come out. They fantasize about not feeling like left out in the cold, or if they ghosted you, which I hope they didn't. But this Five of Pentacles, it's in reverse now, but that tells us that at one point it was upright. So there was some kind of hardship, or some kind of distance, or some kind of, you know, missing. And when it's in reverse, it's like, okay, we're recovering from that. The bad times are over. We're not feeling defensive. No one's got anything to prove. We're not having to say why or what. You know, it's like we can be. And so that's what they also fantasize about. Now, their thoughts keep going back to something in the past. You guys either kissed, or you hung out somewhere, or they or someone went down on somebody. There is some kind of activity here that covers one of those one of those bases that I just talked about. So I'm not sure why they keep going back to the past. I don't know if they fumbled, or I don't know if, you know, that's up to you if that part resonates. But their minds, or their thoughts, their fantasies, they do go back to the past. Now, this is also giving like they want you to almost like, there's something here where like just being around you, or hanging out with you, or going down on you, it's like it's for their arousal as well. This Ace of Wands in reverse tells us like maybe they're also like, I do think that they're like prioritizing your pleasure. So this could also be something new between you guys. Maybe you guys never did that before. Maybe this person, didn't treat you in this kind of way. Because there is a sense of like playfulness, but also like tenderness that keeps coming through as well, and a lot of affection. So it's not just feeling like down and dirty. This is feeling like let me make you feel good, or it's like it's sweet, you know. There is something very unconventional here, because it's not this person's fantasies. They don't go directly to, like I said, you know, overly sexualizing the situation or anything like that. It goes back to a lot of sweetness, and I do feel like there's like mouth action, but a lot of holding, a lot of affection, and a lot of hanging out. All right, tell me why the Page of Cups. What are their fantasies when it comes to my group ones? Why the Page of Cups? Three of Wands, like last time. Like that one time, or do you remember? This person might also like fantasize about reminiscing with you. And that's maybe part of like the laughing, the smiles, the affection. There is something here about really softening the energy between you and them before we get physical, or before their mind goes into the physical aspect. Do they want the physical aspect? Yes, I do. But this almost feels like a, hey, my priorities or my fantasies right now relate more to just being around you, and then letting things naturally go in that physical direction. Okay. All right. Tell me why the Empress. Messages for my group number ones. What are this person's fantasies about my group ones? Why the Empress? They want to show you that they can work on this, or that they have worked on this, or they want to really put in the effort. This person doesn't just want to come in and, you know, have their way. This is someone that wants to impress you. They want to date you, but they also like, there's this heavy energy of flirting. I don't know if there's an age difference between you guys, or if the connection is just very new, or if the connection was just always very like casual and playful between you guys, because it does feel like there's this reminiscing, and let's revisit that and let's do that again. So this person knows that it does take effort, or it's like they, you know, they want to impress you in order for you to probably get naked for them. All right, tell me why the Hanged Man with the Ace of Wands reversed. What are this person's fantasies about my group ones? Why the Hanged Man with the Ace of Wands reversed? Devil reversed. So they want to be truthful, and they don't want to repeat some kind of a lie or toxic pattern or lust, especially if that already happened between you guys. So this does feel like they want to take their time, and their fantasies do have to do with clearing the air or avoiding some kind of conflict or drama. This person has reflected on this a lot, or they've thought about this a lot. Tell me why the Hierophant reversed with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. They want to do something different between you guys. So this does feel like it says like again. I don't know if it's like working with you again, or when you were around, you know, they do kind of think back to that. Yeah, this person, I do think that they wish that they could go back. Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, and leave the past in the past, the Lovers, and just be. Because they feel like you guys get along really well. And like I said, the fantasy is clearing the air, you know, hanging out with you. I do think there's like mouth action, but more so than anything, it's like, let me show you, or let me put the work into this, or let me put the effort in. All right. This person with that Empress card and all these pages surrounding it, I do think that they look up to you. They think you're very beautiful, you know. They might even kind of be like, what would group one want something to do with me? Or, you know, I don't know. There is a level of respect here that's coming through. All right, my group ones, that's what we have for you when it comes to this person's fantasies. Let's get you guys some oracle cards, and then we'll also do we'll do initials. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones. We have creativity, we have movement. We did talk about you being attracted to this person's creativity, I think so. We have anger. Maybe this person was impulsive. Ghost. something from the past coming back around to haunt. You're the thing from the past that comes around to haunt them. Your sweetness, your kindness, or how awesome you were. All right. We have work. Literally, we have work. So yeah, you guys could have worked together. There's something about work. CHO. L, chola. All right, we'll leave that there. Someone could be a chola. We have FM, FU. We have fun, work, fun. You guys used to have fun. FOMO, maybe either something here. Maybe you guys were culturally different, or you guys kind of showed each other like different things, like culturally where you grew up or how you grew up or stuff like that. We have day. We also have lay and dark. Lake. We have Q, X, and Z. All right. My group number ones, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated, but more than anything, I hope it was entertaining or helpful. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we are going to be doing a spicy little reading for you, where we're going to be looking into the person on your mind and their fantasies when it comes to you. Now, our group number two is a couple of things. Of course, you know, it's meant to be spicy, but who knows? Maybe this person's fantasies about you are super wholesome. So whatever they may be, we are going to be open to the messages. But in order to help you connect to this group, we are going to be asking what the energy is between you and this person. And then, you know, we'll be asking the fun question, which is what are their fantasies when it comes to you? But you guys know it is a collective reading, so please use your own discernment. Only take what resonates. Nothing should feel confusing and chaotic or, you know, negative to the point where it's negatively impacting you. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, my group twos. I hope you guys are doing well, my loves. Let's get to it. Start thinking of your person as I'm shuffling, and let's tap into the energy today. All right, let's see what's going on between you guys. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. Messages for my group twos, please. All right, this person on their mind, the person that they're coming to this reading for. Messages for my group twos, please. The person on their mind. The person they're coming to this reading for. What's the energy here between them? What's the energy here between my group twos and this person on their mind? What's the energy between my group twos and this person on their mind? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos, please. We have 10 of Pentacles. Okay, what's the energy between them? We have Strength card, 5 of Wands. So you guys know each other from a place where there's a lot of people. This could be a competitive place or somewhere where, you know, we work, or maybe even like, you know, we're busy, or there's a lot of people trying to get to the same place or different places. Like this feels like this is where we encounter each other. This does feel like you stand out, or this person feels like you stand out. Someone here has like strong features, like someone could be physically strong or like athletic. Even if that's not the case, it's like even in this crowd, you shine or you stand out. There could be a level, again, I don't know if it's like competitive, or maybe it's just because we're all trying to, you know, it's almost, this energy is almost reminding me of like a busy subway where it's like everyone's got somewhere to go and walking different directions, and just, you know, and somehow you're taking it with a stride, or you're looking beautiful while doing it, or you're, you know, you're standing out, even if there is competition or a lot around you. All right, someone here is like pretending not to see the other or not watch the other, or I don't know, it's almost like we're faking something. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. All right, so we could be denying the feelings, or maybe it's like we used to date, or oh, that's someone I used to like, or we used to talk, you know. Now maybe it's not used to, but this Knight of Cups in reverse tells me that if there were romantic feelings, or something here could have happened or fumbled, or it doesn't exist anymore. Now, besides there being like competition, maybe there's even conflict between you and this person, and you're coming up as looking very unbothered, but also very grounded about the situation, where you're like, I'm not letting this bother me. You could also be like more attractive in this moment because you're not looking for love, or you're not overly romanticizing, or you're not kind of presenting in this energy that, yeah, that's like looking for it in wherever this is. Now, I know we're talking about the energy between you and them, but this is also kind of telling me a lot of how you come off. So again, I can't help but feel that maybe this person is watching you. Maybe you don't even realize it, or maybe you do realize it and you're like, yeah, I know. Because there's almost like I can see you, group number 2s. All right, tell me why the 10 of Pentacles. Messages for my group 2s. What's the energy between them and this person they're coming to this reading for? What's the energy between them and this person? Page of Swords in reverse. So you don't talk to them. You go to the same place. You go to the same store or the same job or the same school, maybe the same neighborhood. That 10 of Pentacles, it's like where I live, or I've been here, or it's like this is my damn thing, you know? But I don't talk to you here. Now, maybe this is also indicators that maybe you used to talk to this person because of work or because of one of the things we just listed, but now you don't anymore. Maybe it's also like one of those things where we just follow each other on social media, or they follow you on social media, or maybe that's how we peak, is through social media. Man, you guys, you can't get away from this person. Like you see them at parties or at events, at maybe you guys like sports, maybe you guys like the same team. I don't know. Maybe you guys go work at the same place or go to the same school. I mean, I could go on, but literally it's almost like you can't. They're there. It's I can't tell if it's a fixture or not, but it's like we don't talk. So you guys are part of the same community, and it feels like the tension between you guys or the conflict between you guys is silent, where it's like hidden. There could even be like a competitive edge between you guys, because maybe you guys are even kind of a little similar in some ways. So it's like this would be someone that it's like if you guys were playing a game together, it could turn serious, you know, like it could turn into a serious competition, perhaps. All right, tell me why the Queen of Wands. Messages for my group number 2s. What's the energy here between them and this person? The Fool. So you act naive, or you kind of act aloof. I do think you act aloof. 9 of Wands in reverse. I'm not in my head. I'm over this, or I give up on this, or maybe you're very much in like your power right now. I do kind of feel like you play a little coy over the sexual tension here, or the conflict here in this environment between you and them. All right, so there is this energy of distance, or if it's been a while, or I remember you in the past and now I pretend I don't because it didn't go anywhere back then. Tell me why the Knight of Cups with the 3 of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles. Damn, bitch. Did you guys work together or what? Ace of Swords in reverse. And then to Spirit. I love you guys. I'm talking to Spirit team here, but I love you guys too, group 2. The reason I say that is because we literally have, as I said, did you guys work together, bitch? And then it's like 8 of coins. It's like, okay, yeah, there's something here about work or job, or, and this person did not communicate. They maybe acted nonchalant, or they didn't have a plan, or didn't really go anywhere. There could be something about this person's hair, or some kind of look that they have, or it might be like a little rugged, but it's like hot, or maybe they look like a little like it's giving I have to wear a suit, or I have my own style, but it's like something's a little bit off, you know, but it's cute. It would be like someone that has to wear a suit, but it's like always unbuttoned at the top, or there's something here that kind of isn't as buttoned up. It's part of their charm, actually. This person could be good with money or numbers or something like that. They don't care how they look, but at the same time they do, and they look cool. So maybe it's like their style almost feels like they don't really put effort into it. It's low effort, but in reality, like if you look close, you're like, oh, okay, I see you. Okay, anything else? So you guys are maybe not talking to each other, definitely not talking, or if you are, it feels like strictly business. Tell me why the 10 of Pentacles with the Page of Swords in reverse. 8 of Cups, walked away. 4 of Cups, now I ignore you. Okay, that's what it was. Bottom of the deck, Star card. I had to choose myself, or I healed. Four of Swords in reverse, but shit, now I see you again, or now you've popped up again. Well, shit, bitch. Okay, well, if that sounds familiar, as I try to clear them faster and shuffle faster so we could see, because your tarot lady is so nosy. That's why we're here. The chisme, the cosmic chisme. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos, please. What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group number twos? What do they fantasize about when it comes to my group twos? What is this person on their mind that we're channeling today? What do they fantasize about when it comes to my group number twos? What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group twos? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. What are this person's fantasies? We have Wheel of Fortune in reverse. To have another chance or to do something again. It's almost like, let's go again. Yeah, this person wants to reconnect with you or come over to your house if they've been over to your house, or go back to some kind of party or something. Yeah, this is talking about the past. This person fantasizes about almost like hitting the rewind and going back to something that, I don't know if this is what changed the tone between you guys, if this is what changed the situation, because it feels like someone wasn't making a move and now they realize like part of their fantasy is going back and doing something about that. They wouldn't be in their head, or they wouldn't be as nervous, or now they're realizing like, why was I feeling so stuck? This person fantasizes about having an opportunity with you and celebrating with you or getting together with you or coming over to your house. I'm saying house specifically because it's Four of Wands. It's a structure. And look how it's all nice and cozy. It's a canopy. They want to get all up in your tent. Maybe they didn't make a move when they could. I don't know. Tell me why the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What does this person fantasize about when it comes to my group twos? What are their fantasies? Why the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Nine of Cups in reverse. Tell me why the Four of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so this person fantasizes about literally like I'm going to say being in your bedroom, in your bed. This feels like literally it's giving me bedroom vibes. And now that that World card shows up in this type of reading, it makes me feel like, let's do it. Let's enter. Let's complete this cycle. And this feels like bedroom vibes. If you guys have done that before, it feels like, let's do that again. If you guys never have, this feels like this person had an opportunity to maybe elevate things between you and them, or get the relationship going, or kind of get things moving, and something didn't happen. And so this person wants to go back, and there's a couple of different areas that are telling me like, I'm not indecisive. I know what I want, or maybe back then I was, because it's Two of Wands in reverse. It keeps like looking back to the past, where maybe this person was kind of like wishy-washy. Queen of Swords the Queen of Swords with Justice reverse. They also fantasize about you like telling them what you want. It's almost like you kind of like, interesting, you putting them in their place a little bit. I do kind of feel like they want to be a little bit submissive to you, even if this person is the most masculine person. There's something here about you telling them what you want, or you telling them what to do, and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to do it. This person is like willing to do like physically, just physically pleasure you. This person is like, tell me what you want. They like it when you talk to them like this. Yeah, it makes them happy. They fantasize about you guys being on good terms, or they fantasize about like how happy you guys could be, or how happy they would be, and how in their head they've been, or how anxious maybe, or the tension between you guys. They want to reunite. If you guys like ever drank with this person, or if you know that they like to drink, it's like they could even like fantasize about like that, like getting a little tipsy, and let's put our inhibitions like away, let's put them down. Tell me why the Four of Wands with the World. What does this person fantasize about when it comes to my group number 2s? Why the Four of Wands with the World? The Devil. Yeah, this person, I'm going to say I definitely think that they want to have sexy time with you for sure. And definitely, like, for some of you guys, oh, I didn't even realize that almost looks like a bottle of tequila, even though it's not. But yeah, maybe like drinks could be involved, or late night, or, you know, let's smoke at your house or at my house. It's like, this is giving, like, let's spend the night together. But it's almost like we're not going to be sleeping. It's like we're going to be hanging out till late night. And like the sun might even come up with this sun card, 3 of Cups, and we're still enjoying each other. It is giving the energy of wanting this to kind of keep going. And so we have the Ace of Cups. It was in reverse. This tells us that part of their fantasies are more heavily based on like the physical. Not because they don't care to reconcile with you, but it could feel like maybe there's like something about that. Like their fantasies are more focused on physical than like emotional. Tell me why Justice reverse with the Queen of Swords. They could feel like you're closed off to them. Ace of Swords reverse. No, they want you to tell them. They want you to tell them what you want. And for some of them, like, they want you to tell them, like, you know, for those of you that like date men specifically, this would be like where you want them to, like, you know, finish, or like you're telling them what to do. This is like very like devilish energy, you know, very lusty, very sexy, very let's just go for it, you know, those like carnal pleasures that make us human. This person definitely is very, I'm going to say, like, selfish in that way when they think of you, because they almost like can't help it. Because it's almost like I want you all to myself, or I want you to tell me what you want so that I can, like, you know, so that I can do that. Tell me why the Page of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so this is why that Ace of Cups is in reverse. This is why they go to the physical, because emotionally there's something here where there was a lot of disappointment, or someone was rejected, or someone was wishy-washy. And it's like right in the middle of the reading. And I do feel like this person, like, maybe for them it's uncomfortable to talk about. So maybe it's like, you know, if I had your body, or if I had, you know, if I had my inhibitions lowered or something, like, I know that we could make this right, or I know that it would be, you know, I know it'd be good, or I know it'd be, maybe for some of you it was just fun. All right, anything else? This person likes it when, like, they like your voice, or how you say things, or how direct you are. What do they fantasize about? 3 of Wands, King of Swords. They really keep going to the past, or thinking back to something. Some kind of past heartbreak, something that happened. All right, and then anything else? They also might 7 of Swords. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, so this person feels like maybe there was some kind of lie or illusion, or maybe like now they're blaming a circumstance or something for why things are the way they are. It's almost like they're not admitting something to themselves. Now, this could also be that this person isn't admitting that there is an emotional thing here going on between you guys that needs to be healed, that it's not just physical. Because again, it's almost like this person's like, just tell me what you want, instead of them kind of digging in or doing the work. Not when it comes to pleasing you sexually. This is more so the other thing that I'm talking about. Where it's like maybe this person, you know, there was potential here for things to go forward, but it's like someone didn't admit, or someone lied, or someone was covering something up. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Wands. So things were kind of, yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Things were kind of flaky, or they were inconsistent, and it could have left you feeling insecure, or feeling like you were probably a little, you know, maybe you even felt like a little foolish, because you're like, okay, I like this person, or I thought it was cool, and now this is how they're acting, or they're inconsistent, or they're not even, you know, so maybe you kind of distance yourself, and this person's like, wait, what happened? Or and even if you think it's obvious, like, you know, we never know someone else's perception on a situation, right? All right, my group twos, that's what I have for you today. I always try to keep that in mind, that we literally never know someone else's perception of a situation. Because it's like, you could, you know, grow up with someone, live in the same house, and your guys' perspectives on, you know, the people you grew up around, or the things, or the school, could be totally different. So I don't know. I'm definitely not sticking up for this person, but just throwing that out there. You know, I don't stick up for them. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos. This person's fantasies. We have flow. Going with the flow. Maybe this person was going against the flow. We have abundance again. Maybe you guys, yeah, work together. Creativity. Anger. Maybe like you're this person's like muse a little bit, or some kind of inspiration. We have rest. So there has been a break here, is what it feels like. Also need to heal, or needing to heal. All right. We have smart. Someone thinks you're really smart. Yeah, with that Queen of Swords for sure. We also have smirk. Someone could have a smirk. We have geek. Someone could wear glasses maybe. Gia. Giovanni. Gina. Did I already say Gina? Regina. Oh, look at Megan is there. I like with the I. Does anyone spell it with an I? We have Casey. We have PR. Park. We have JJ. And ZH. And another S. All right. My group number twos, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated, or at least it was entertaining. Please take care, and I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked this sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we are going to be looking into the person on your mind and what are their fantasies when it comes to you. My group number threes, you guys already know, it is a collective reading, so please use your own discernment. Only take what resonates. If the energy feels confusing or chaotic, it could just very well mean it's not for you today. The other thing is, even though the topic is obviously meant to be spicy, we just never know what's going to come through. This person could have the world's most wholesome fantasies about you. So just let's be open to it, okay? All right, let's see. I think that's it. All right, we are going to start this reading by checking in on the energy between you and them, just to help you connect to this group. And then we'll be asking the fun question. Okay, so my babies, thank you so much for being here today. Start thinking of your person as we're shuffling, and let's tap into the energy. All right, thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number threes. Messages for my group threes, please. The person on their mind, the person they're coming to this reading for. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's the energy here between them and my group number threes? How will my group number threes know this is going to be their reading today? What's the energy between them and this person? What's the energy between them and this person? Thank you, Spirit. How will they know this is going to be their reading today? How are they going to know this is their reading today? We have the Four of Pentacles. What's the energy between my group number threes? So this person hasn't shared their feelings for you, or they're very closed off. Maybe they also play like very like careless, or it's like, oh, I don't care. Maybe this is even someone that you used to have a crush on at some point, and maybe you just haven't been able to shake it. We have the Hierophant in reverse. What's the energy here between them? Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it feels like this person has maybe put you through the ringer a little bit, or maybe you feel like you've just gone through a lot, because it feels like they haven't opened up, or it's been very challenging for them to open up. Tell me why the Page of Cups in reverse. We have Temperance. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. Why is that? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords. So this is someone that you have a lot of like either understanding for, or you're like, yeah, I see you, but you're not maybe giving them too much mind right now. Maybe this is someone that you know you guys will eventually reconnect with, or, you know, things are bound to improve. But at the same time, it's like maybe we're healing the heartbreak, or, you know, we want to heal things, or even if this person, maybe they had a fear of commitment. Maybe they were inconsistent. Maybe they were very closed off. And then at the same time, it could also be that you have like a lot of understanding as to why that is, or maybe just understanding over how they are. And so there is acceptance coming through on your side. Acceptance and a lot of patience. So things aren't moving here between you guys with that Hangman. Or maybe we're just going with the flow. Tell me why the Four of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands. But someone here is just maybe very used to being single or independent or doing things on their own. And so that's what could, that could be what makes them closed off. There we go. Sorry, guys. Why the Page of Cups in reverse with Temperance? Eight of Wands. So you guys communicating or talking or things moving ahead. Maybe things were flowing, but again, I don't think that this person necessarily told you how they felt or opened up. Tell me why the Four of Cups in reverse with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. High Priestess. So again, maybe you're like, they need to heal, or I know they will heal, or I know, you know, the I know comes from that High Priestess. It's like your inner knowing. But there's also like a lot of unspoken things between you guys. Why the Nine of Swords in reverse with the Three of Swords in reverse? So maybe you're getting, or you're not worried about. So maybe, okay, a couple of things. For some of you guys, maybe you're like getting over the fact that maybe you were very focused on, is this going to go anywhere? Or maybe you were getting impatient, or maybe, you know, there's this energy here of you giving to something that may not necessarily grow or give back to you. And so there's a feeling here of healing from that, or getting kind of over that. And for others of you, you could be kind of just connecting with this person in a short term. And maybe you know that it's maybe helping you feel better. Maybe you're the one that's kind of coming out of this Five of Pentacles. All right, but it does feel like at some point maybe someone felt like it was a time waster, or yeah, you know, like it wasn't going anywhere. Or again, maybe this person just wasn't prioritizing or investing. Maybe this person was always working, or they had a lot of work to do on themselves, maybe therapy, because this person isn't someone that like follows their heart, or maybe they take on like a lot of burdens, or they kind of put burdens on people. This person's like burdened by something. So it doesn't feel like you're talking to them, or maybe you hold back on talking to them or saying certain things if you're even in contact with them. It doesn't really feel though that you guys are, or that at this point you may know like what's going on in each other's lives in a real way, or, you know, like maybe even kind of the friendship dwindled. All right. Let's, I'm looking around. I think we got everything. All right, let's continue if this sounds familiar, okay? All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's see what this person's fantasies are when it comes to you guys, my group number threes. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group threes, please. What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group threes? What are this person's fantasies when it comes to my group threes? What does this person fantasize about, please, when it comes to my group threes? What are this person's fantasies? What do they fantasize about when it comes to my group number threes? What do they fantasize about? We have Six of Cups in reverse. They go back to the past. Two of Wands. What do they fantasize about? Queen of Swords in reverse. Man, I wonder if this is like you said something to them that really stuck out. Because this person fantasizes basically about either clearing the air with you or knowing what to do in order to maybe like move forward with you or approach things in maybe like a different way. It's almost like, how can we go in a different direction? Why the Two of Wands? What does this person fantasize about when it comes to my group threes? Why the Five of Swords in reverse? Why the Queen of Swords in reverse? What do they fantasize about? Why the Four of Pentacles? And why the Seven? All right, so this person's a little embarrassed. They're embarrassed, and that's why they are closed off or they hold on tightly, and they want you. So I know this reading is about fantasy, but this is what they want you to know. They want you to know that it's really hard for them to let people in or like let people get to know them, or like getting to know people. So it's like they kind of fight it off, or they feel like they have something to prove, or, you know, there is this energy here of a lot of defensiveness when it comes to opening up. And this is something that there's either like shame around, or there's regret, or there's embarrassment. And so they know that they're like, you're not the problem, group three, or it's like, it wasn't you with this Temperance, but I couldn't handle certain things that you had to say or certain conversations. And so part of me feels like they fantasize about being able to go back and facing things with decisive like action and being bold and being different than what they usually kind of are. So this person has some kind of wound from their childhood or from the past that maybe led them to believe certain things about themselves. And so now they kind of feel like no one really like likes the real them or knows the real them, or it's like hard. Again, it's like hard to let people in. Tell me why the Six of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Wands in reverse. What is this person's fantasies when it comes to my group threes? Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Sun card. This does feel like going back to a time when you guys were either in each other's lives or when it was like better days. And they do fantasize and think about that like randomly. They're like, I randomly remember, or I randomly like think about that time, or think about when we used to live there or be there, or an old neighborhood. Like they could even, this person might even like kind of go places that kind of remind them of you. And again, I know that this isn't that reading, but it's what's coming through. Tell me why the Two of Wands with the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have Nine of Wands in reverse and Eight of Cups. So they fantasize about walking away from either this, the wounds, or feeling like, you know, things happen to them. Like there's almost like a little bit of a victim mentality here, that they know that if they were literally just bold or brave or like did the damn thing, that they could get their life, or they could get this connection, or that they could have gotten this connection going. It's almost like I could have, or I could. But something in them, they feel like they need to be very like financially successful, or they need to be very stable, and there's a part of them that doesn't believe that that's who they are, or maybe that's not what they want, or maybe there's some kind of pressure here surrounding that. So this person could have like responsibilities that they don't necessarily want, but maybe for the sake of stability, or, you know, their whatever they're responsible for, or, you know, loyalty, commitment, like they're doing what they have to do. But this person also reaches like new heights in their career or their money, and it's like they're not satisfied. Because this person can't get you out of their head, and they feel stuck on you either going quiet on them, or things that you used to say to them. Something here that you said could have struck a chord, and they go back to this, and it gets them really either in their head, or they feel like I do think that you live rent-free in their mind. not all the time. This feels like during certain times, maybe when they get in a mood or they're reminded of you, they think back to something that you said or the fact that you're not talking to them. Justice. But they also feel like maybe you did what you had to do, or again, it's not you, you know, it's definitely not you. It feels like they know that it was them, and they feel that their inability of opening up, or maybe being in some kind of, maybe it was a financial situation. There is something here that had them feeling like stuck. This person also has a hard time moving with the natural flow of life. They'll purposely, not purposely, but it's like they'll maybe subconsciously like go against it because they're just showing up, rinse and repeat over and over, that it's like, hey, you require adaptability, or hey, you don't have to do that anymore, or, you know, life's guiding you in a different direction. And it feels like this person might have a hard time kind of doing that or following their heart. And so they get very rigid, and so they miss out on opportunities. All right. This person could also fantasize about being more financially stable in order to do what they want or have what they want. Maybe it's like a chance with you, or it could have been Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you guys could have history here. All right, we're just going to leave it there, okay? The Empress, you're the one that got away, or you're like too good for them. Page of Cups in reverse. The Knight, maybe when they knew you. Yeah, when they knew you, maybe they were like group number 3. What are they doing with me? Or, you know, that I'm not good enough, or when they see who I really am, they're gonna leave, or something like that. All right, so that's where we're at. Oh my goodness, listen, you guys will have to let me know. All right, let's close out your reading with some oracle cards and some initials. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 3s, please. What else can we know? We have trust. So the universe is asking you to trust in, maybe you're protected from this person. Maybe things didn't move forward for a reason. We do have anger and rest. So maybe going through the motions as well. We have comfort and ghost. So this person stays in their comfort zone with that Four of Pentacles. They really hold on. This is something that has haunted them. You know, I do think they are realizing it and maybe like healing from it or trying to do something about it. So a part of them does fantasize about what their life could become or what could be if they, like I said, if they just went through, if they just did the damn thing. All right, we have KR, that makes me think Kristen, Chris, N-A, Nathan, Nad, Nadine, Nathaniel, N-A-D, Nada, Nada. That means nothing. We have F-W, Fort Worth. We have J-P, Japan. J-J. Wow, lots of J's. We have P-X, P-H-X, Phoenix. F-C, Football Club. K, literally name K. And K's with a Z, K's. Maybe someone has a name like that with a Z in it. All right, my group number 3s, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.